Hello and welcome to episode 61 of the Dental Realist Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ryder Waldron, and after this long time, we still have Marcus Neff and Troy Stevens with us. Troy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well. I'm about 3 years older or so than I was the last time we talked, but I'm doing pretty well. I can't believe
Marcus,
it's been that long.
It's been a minute.
Boy, time went
talk,
by
maybe
quick.
we can talk
Not
about
quite
what
3
took
years,
us so
right?
long. No, it's we're getting close.
Yeah,
Marcus, how are you
close.
doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to be back. Fired up. Excited to talk.
Yeah. Now this is not a reboot of a series or anything like that. The characters were not recast. This is just a continuation of our multi-award winning podcast, and we just took some time off. Why did we take so much time off, guys?
Wow, that's a great question.
I mean, COVID was definitely a factor. I mean, I wasn't affected by COVID. I didn't have COVID, but it didn't take me out. But I mean, the world stopped. Yeah, it was scary.
Even
we
though
couldn't safely podcast. I mean, there's been a shortage of broadcast engineers.
We didn't have a producer.
Yeah.
Wait, you're our engineer, right, Ryder? So
Yeah, we can't blame it on a writer.
I drive this train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I looked up because we were, when we talked about recording again, I looked up famous people who have come out of retirement. Michael Jordan, of course. I feel like we could be the Michael Jordan of dental podcasts.
There you go.
Yeah.
Another one that might hit home with Marcus was Barbra Streisand.
Well, I am a
like
fan
some
of
musical.
Of a good musical. I mean, she was amazing. One of my favorite roles that she's in is in Fiddler on the Roof. I mean,
I knew it would be. Who doesn't love that movie?
Yeah.
Or musical or whatever it is.
Who's Barbra Streisand?
Yeah, one of Marcus's favorites.
I'm just joking.
I thought of another retiree. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I bought my practice for my father-in-law, but my father-in-law bought it from a dentist in the 70s. And this guy decided to retire from dentistry so he could go look for gold. And so, maybe we went looking for gold. Now we're back. Yeah, he didn't find any. He came back to dentistry like 10 years later. So anyway.
10 years break. We're 7 years sooner than him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
We're doing pretty well.
We're ambitious. So
overall.
We'll knock the rust off of this and see if we can get a good episode in. And we're going to be on YouTube and Instagram now, so you can find our episodes on YouTube. Should be able to. And Instagram. Well, you won't find our episodes on Instagram, but you'll find some cool stuff on Instagram. So
we're going to have to start doing video, I guess, if we do a YouTube probably then, huh?
Well, I think Marcus and I have already done that.
Yeah, it seems to me like I'm the one that's
see our smiling faces.
Yeah. Marcus and I are on video, and Troy is not. So
yeah, I don't have a webcam. I should probably get one up.
Amazing in 2024 that you don't have a webcam. We've given you almost 3 years to get one. That was
the reason. That was the reason, and here I am again. I still let you down.
Oh. Well, guys, it's a Monday. Did anything exciting happen at the dental office for you guys today?
It was kind of slow. It feels like things have kind of slowed down as we get close to school getting out.
Yeah.
Weather's been nicer. I don't know what to blame it on, but it was a little slow, which I will be honest, I can handle that for a day or two.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay the bills, but
We're all about honesty on the Dental Realist Podcast. You get none of that fluff here.
Absolutely.
Troy, what about you? Did you work today? Did you do anything exciting?
I was off today. I went for a bicycle ride this morning and then went and flew an airplane, so that was fun.
Wow. Next you need to go for a swim and you'll hit all the parts of Earth, air, land, and sea.
I need to
Since we last recorded, Troy is a pilot.
Well, I'm training. I'm training, yes, but
you might be in the air right now.
Maybe that's why I don't have my webcam on. I'm trying to fly this thing, and it's kind of huckabuck right now. There's pretty windy out here.
Keep your eyes on the horizon.
That's right.
Huckabuck.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. You ever heard of the word huckabuck?
No.
Wasn't he a politician? Didn't he run for president a few years back?
That's Huckabee.
Oh.
Oh, huckabuck. How do I describe this? Huckabuck is when you get bucked around and kicked around. Like today when I was coming in to land a couple times, the wind kind of comes in. It's almost like a wind shear. It's kind of sketchy, and your plane kind of flies around in some strange configurations. You have to kind of keep it controlled and get her in there and land it, because that's kind of the important part of flying is the landing. So make sure you're on the runway anyway.
The huckabuck, and I might go up with you.
Yes. I got to master that.
Well, if you've learned anything on the Dental Realist Podcast after almost 3 years off, it is what huckabuck means and that landing is important in airplane flight.
Yes, that's right. What about you, Ryder? How was your day?
Well, I'll tell you, I learned today that chocolate melts in the sun. I had, how specialists always, and I sent you guys a picture of this, but specialists like to drop off nice little treats to us and bring referral cards and things like that. Well, this nice lady brought a box of chocolate truffles from a periodontist office who I refer to, and it was all melted like just a puddle of chocolate in this box. And I thought, did she not realize that chocolate's going to melt? And it's pretty warm here today, so I got a puddle of chocolate delivered to my office today. So that was, awesome. I ate some of it with a spoon. Yeah, it was like warm chocolate milk, chocolate thick.
Just drink it.
Yeah, it's good. So I appreciate that. I mean, guy I referred to is probably not listening, but just in case, maybe give a little heads up that chocolate will melt in the sun.
Yes. Plan on a little proper refrigeration during transport.
Yeah, that's right. Put it in the cooler. All right. So should we get into our main topic after all this time off? Let's see how this goes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
let's do it.
One thing I was thinking about, so you guys have heard of name, image, and likeness. Well, I bet Marcus has. I don't know if Troy has, because Troy doesn't follow sports a whole lot. But
no.
Name, image, and likeness in college sports allows college athletes to get paid. And pretty much the better you are, the more money you can make through these collectives and boosters and things like that. Well, it got me to thinking that these, football players, basketball players, whatever, they make a lot of money for the school by people paying ticket money to watch these people play. And I was wondering if dental students maybe should get paid also, because, it might be a little different. Dental students, the concept is kind of the same. Student athletes and student dentists both create revenue for the school. Students, though, it might be a little different because they're actually producing dental work, but students pay for the dental education. Patients pay for treatment, even though it's discounted at these dental schools. And the dental students bring in a lot of revenue while paying for school at the same time. So I was wondering if maybe dental students deserve to get paid a little bit, like, I don't know, 1%, 5%, or something of their production. Do you guys have any thoughts on like how something like that would work? Or, we all agree dental school is way overpriced anyway, so maybe that would just raise the cost. But what do you guys think of that idea?
At first I thought, oh, that's just kind of funny, but seriously, like you kind of think about it and you're like free labor for the school.
Yeah.
As a student, you're paying to be there and you're making them some kind of money. Who knows what the overhead is for a dental school? I can't imagine it's a ton.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It ought to at least offset your tuition, maybe. I don't know.
That would be an interesting concept, maybe third or fourth year, something like that, use the first and second year as kind of a learning and training and whatever. But, we never got credit for anything unless the patient had paid, right?
I think that's true. Yeah.
If I remember right, the patient had to pay for the services, or else we didn't get pay or get credit for it. Was that right? Am I right with that?
That could be right. I can't remember. That could be right, but that's a good life lesson, because if the patient doesn't pay nowadays, we also don't get credit of any kind.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember we had to walk our patients down to the cashier and stand in line with them while they
that's what I'm saying. I think we had to make sure. It's like one of those things where you're like, hey, I want credit for that occlusal that took 5 hours. So you better pay that $50, whatever it was.
And I would wonder if if the patients didn't pay, would that increase tuition? So maybe, with having patients pay, that just keeps dental tuition down. But I'm not sure. The average dental school tuition is what, guys, like 300,000 to 400,000 right now for 4 years.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that. It's crazy.
And so I looked up today how much 200. We paid about 200,000, and we graduated in 2003. Nowadays that would be 339,000. So that, I guess, with inflation adds up between 300,000 and 400,000. And I think we all agree that that is way too much to pay for dental school nowadays, especially where, I mean, dental school or dental income has not increased that much. I mean, that's what gone up like, I don't know, what's that, 75%, I guess, 3/4 of that added on to 200,000 is about that. So my income hasn't gone up that high in 20 years. I think Marcus's has, but mine,
Well,
it's not.
Yes.
I don't know. So I was thinking, like, what if dental students paid? So let's walk through this math a little bit. If dental students were paid 1% of their production, and how many patients do we see a week? About, I don't know, 10, 12, something like that. I mean, one in the morning, one in the afternoon usually. And if each one, I mean, on the low end was $100 procedure, which with most of the patients being Medicaid or discounted could be pretty fair. So that'd be $1,000 a week. And if we got 1% of that, of the dental students did, that'd be $10 a week, which would be $520 a year. That's not a lot, but it's not nothing. And if you doubled that to 2%, now you're over $1,000 a year. And as a dental student, I sure could have used $1,000 a year. That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't know. So would that have motivated you guys to like see extra patients, do more? I don't know. What would, if you guys were getting paid, I don't know, say $25 a week if you did a certain amount of procedures, would that motivate you to do more dentistry in dental school?
Probably not.
Well, the way things went, and it was, of course it's structured for teaching, but when you're sitting there, 5 or 6 people standing in line behind an instructor trying to get your check off to go get your anesthetic started, that kind of limits how much you can do, just based on the way that the system is set up. My question is, and this is probably for another topic, is if you've got 76 maybe average students that are maybe paying $300,000 over their 4 years, I mean, and you've got 4 years worth of students in there, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. That's a lot of money that's coming into that school. Money. And I don't think that dental instructors make that much money. I don't know if our instructors were making that money. So I'm kind of curious as to where that's going.
So our dental school, we had, about 75 or 76 students in our class. And now I believe at our dental school, Marquette, they've increased to 100, if I am not wrong. So let me do some math here. If it was 339,000, which I think might be conservative at Marquette, that would be $33,900,000 for those 100 people. That's a lot of money.
And then take that times,
so that's one class.
One class.
And then times that by four class, 4 that are there at the same time. I'm just going to check my math again to make sure that's right. Yeah, almost $34 million in tuition for one class
to go through the school
over the course of 4 years.
Oh, the course of 4 years, yes.
For 4 years. So so it's $8 million a year or something that they're taking in. That covers a lot of supplies. And I'm sure with dental schools, they probably get a bulk discount or something like that. I mean, we had to buy all our own instruments, so it's not like the school's even paying for the instruments.
Yeah.
So
we did pay for all of ours, and we didn't get to go shopping around for them and try and find a better deal either. They just said these are the ones you're buying, and this is how much it's going to cost.
Yeah, and I can't remember how much. A ham piece is about $1,000 right now. How much did we pay for ham pieces? I don't feel like we got any discount or anything.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember, but
I remember that part of our fees and stuff were instruments. It was broken down, but I just don't remember how much it was. That was a long time ago.
That was a long, long time ago, and so there's a lot of revenue going through those dental schools, and I mean, you can't tell me that they're not increasing the amount per class just to make a little extra money, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Maybe I have a
and
cynical
maybe it does
attitude.
cost that much to run. I don't know the
Maybe.
behind the scenes stuff, Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe if we had a listener that could email us and let us know if they could give us the breakdown of everything at a dental school, that'd be interesting to know. Because I don't know. When you guys were in dental school, I know my last year I would go work with another classmate of ours at like a Medicaid office, and we would do work there. And I mean, the owner dentist, I never even met the guy. We just go work there and see a lot of patients. Did you guys do that? Because that's another way that dental students are making money for other offices.
Yeah, I did. I didn't make any money doing it though. It was free stuff, which it's kind of interesting that I didn't have a license, but I was doing dentistry, so I don't remember how that exactly works. I guess you're underneath the license of the it was a proctor, right? Or a
something
kind of an
like
internship type thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Proctologist?
Yes.
I think Troy did that on the weekends. Yeah. Didn't you try to just as a casual thing, Troy?
Yes. Just actually for the first time I've actually told you about it. This is the first time I've ever mentioned it.
This is breaking news. Cue the sounder.
Yeah, but it's kind of, it was interesting though that, we had several of our classmates that would do that would work in other offices. And I think mostly we would see Medicaid patients, I believe.
Yeah.
If I remember right, it was Medicaid and a lot of amalgam.
Yeah. I can remember the one I worked in. There was a guy that graduated, I think the year before us, and he was the dentist. Like, he was working as an associate there, but he was like the dentist that was in charge of keeping an eye on us other dental students, and he probably didn't know much more than we did. I remember a kid coming in with like number 8 or 9, kind of like almost broken off of the gum line. I thought, I have no clue what to do here. I mean, nowadays it just, open the tooth up and start a root canal. I think I put like some bond over it and said, okay, well, we'll see you back later to schedule with the real dentist. I had no idea what to do. So I don't know. So maybe we didn't deserve to get paid for that.
Yeah, no, just all experience, right?
I guess, yeah.
That was the main thing. I think we were after at that point was just getting experience with stuff.
Yeah. I still feel like I need some more experience.
Yeah. 20 years isn't enough. 21 years is not enough. You just got to keep on going. I think that's why most dentists work till they're 80. Is
because they just barely learn how to do it.
Yeah, they're just feeling like, I'm just getting the hang of this.
That may be true. Yeah, that may be true. I mean, there's still stuff I see and I think I have no idea what to do here. I'm not sure what I'm even looking at sometimes. Yeah. Is it decay? Is it not? I don't know.
You should probably get some glasses now, Ryder. You're probably at that age when you need some glasses, maybe even a bifocal.
I might need to get some readers at least. I use my loupes just to read like a magazine.
That's right.
Oh. Well, I don't know. That's just something I thought, should dental students get paid some? Maybe if there's any listening, they can give us their thoughts on whether or not. I mean, of course, they're going to think they should get paid. But
I think it's an interesting topic. I think there's enough, potential there that it'd be worth investigating.
Yeah, maybe the dental students will unionize or something like that. I don't know. We'll create some sort of movement across America. I mean, we did say, guys, years ago that dental boards are stupid with live patients because there's so many variables involved. And now they don't have live patients on boards anymore, guys. I think we started that.
I think so. I think they listened to us. That was nice of them.
I mean,
boards do you remember those panic attacks? I mean, honestly, man, my first patient of the first day did not show up. And I called her and I says, hey, where are you? You coming? She says, yeah, I don't have to be there till 8:30. I says, no, you had to be here at 7:30, which was about 20 minutes ago. Let's go, I mean,
get on
that's
your horse,
not
lady.
a good way to start the first day of boards. I was like, heart attack time, and you're already about crying half the time anyway.
Yeah, my perio patient that the periodontist had looked at the school and said, yeah, that'll work. And no, they got denied by the examiners. They said that they didn't qualify. And
there's too many variables. I mean, we had to pay our patients to show up on time.
That's correct.
Like, what in the world?
Yeah. And if you wanted them to show up, you paid them.
Yeah. And
just try to motivate them.
yeah, I hear like my hygienist talking about their board's experience, and like if I mean the same thing, they have to like bribe their patients to show up and hope they qualify and all this. It's just what a nightmare. And I don't think, and now hygiene patients or hygiene students don't have to do live boards either, I don't think, since COVID. So that's one good thing that changed since COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a rough one because, it doesn't really prove that you're competent or not. It's just a matter of whether your patient was, nice enough to show up for you. I mean, I had heard many stories where people were trying to hold the dental student hostage. They knew that they, needed them to come in. So they'd say, hey, I'll come in if you give me an extra $100.
Oh my gosh.
And then you're like, well, of course you are, because
what?
I need you to come in. Yeah. There was a couple guys in the class before us that said that had happened to them. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's a jerk move.
No, terrible.
Yeah, it is. It is weird because the dental professors or dental school staff and faculty will go through 4 years with you and deem you perfectly competent to be a dentist, but you could, the board people could fail you that
you could have a bad day.
Set your career. Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah. Do you guys, I mean, speaking of bad days, can you guys think of maybe like your worst day in dental school? I don't know if I could think of mine right now, but I don't know. Can you guys think of like one really bad thing that happened in dental school ever?
Wow. You mean the whole experience? I mean, I mean, how do you isolate one bad day out of 4 years? That's a long time.
The first thing that popped into my mind was working in like the special needs little clinic, and the patient peed his pants.
Oh, fantastic!
All over the chair.
Yeah,
had to clean that up.
That's awesome.
And I think this was you, Marcus, that you were in the special patients clinic and you had to use like 10 tongue depressors as a bite block. And didn't one of your patients like bite through all 10 of those suckers? Was that you?
That might have been Dr. Chelish out at the
at the other patient. I can't remember, but they said never stick your hands in those patients' mouths, and that's why you'd lose a finger.
Yeah, you would definitely, man.
Man.
So there was a time in dental school that I was doing something I can't remember, and Ryder, you were trying to be a good helper, and you go, hey, let me take X-rays on this patient for you, and if you remember right, they puked.
I do remember a patient throwing up.
And you mentioned, you go, I will never help you again.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Okay,
that doesn't seem like something I would ever do to help somebody. But
yeah, right. No, you did. You out of the kindness of your heart, you helped me do X-rays, and the patient puked.
I do remember a lady when I was doing X-rays throwing up all over the lead shield. She goes, "Oh, there's the orange juice I drank this morning." I'm like,
that could have been her.
Like what?
That could have
been her. Man. So that's that, like, looking back, that's not that bad. But at the time, we didn't have digital X-rays. And if you had to develop X-rays, I remember taking like 18 X-rays and hoping all of them turned out, because if not, you had to do one over if you cut or anything.
And you never knew what was going to happen in the dark room.
No.
You walk in and someone's standing there trying to scare everybody walking in because, you can't transition from light to dark that fast. I'll give a big old shout out to Justin Braun on that one. I don't know if he's listening, but remember him? Dude, that guy would sit in there and scare the crap out of everybody coming in.
And that big revolving sliding door, you had to climb in the cage and slide the door around.
Oh my gosh.
Those were the days, man.
If they don't have those anymore, which I'm sure they don't, I think they should. Just have one of those just for fun.
Just for the experience.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot about that stuff. That's good. I can remember doing a partial on this lady, and of course it was a metal framework partial because we didn't really have a lot of like Valplast stuff then, or at least they didn't let us do them at the dental school. I can remember delivering this thing, and it was supposed to like open up her occlusion. She had like a deep class 2, so the prosthodontist who designed this or helped me on it wanted to open up for occlusion, so she would contact on her lower anteriors on this big thick piece of metal on her palate. And I can remember giving that to her, and I thought, that looks ridiculous. She had like, metal clasps on her, I don't know, canines or laterals or something on the anterior. And this lady was so nice, and I felt so bad for her. I cannot believe I just put that in your mouth and you can actually pay for that. It wasn't bad for me, it was bad for her. And oh man, I felt terrible for her. So stupid stuff we don't have to do nowadays.
Yeah, right. We don't ever do partials or dentures or fillings or anything anymore.
Well, I mean, you don't. You fly in an airplane.
That's right. Why would you do dentistry in an airplane?
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's your ticket to freedom, Troy. You could do like airborne dentistry.
There you
or
go.
You could fly to people and do dentistry.
Fly into some of those remote villages in Idaho.
Yeah.
Yes. The back country folks up there that don't have access to care.
Yeah.
I can just fly in there with my plane with all my gear and just help them out.
I think you're onto something. Come pick up Marcus and I, and we'll just go troll around looking for people who need dental work.
That's right. That would be good.
We could probably wrap up here, and unless you guys have anything else, any pearls of wisdom or words of wisdom to add.
Looking forward to getting back to some podcasting and sharing this vast amount of knowledge that the three brains have here.
I mean, I think this episode really shows that. We've got a lot to offer.
Yeah,
we're gonna be back with some more stuff. We're not taking 3 years off again.
3 years. We've got a lot of information backed up in there. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened the last 3 years, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, we're gonna really blow the roof off this place. It's gonna be fun. So, Marcus, do you remember like where you can tell people to follow us and stuff?
Yes, I believe we still have an email, dentalrealist@gmail.com. You can email us and with your questions or comments. This podcast is found wherever fine podcasts are sold for free.
And even better.
And we're on YouTube now. We're going to check us out on YouTube. We've got an Instagram. We have a couple of books out there that you can read. So you want to be a dentist, and so now you're a dentist. Both great, quick reads, packed full of insightful, powerful information.
That's right.
Really is, yeah. In 3 years, we could have written another book. We probably could have written like a whole series.
Yeah.
We didn't do that, though. So.
No, we did not. We've kind of taken a little bit of time and just kind of, just basked in the joy of dentistry.
Yeah. And now we're back. This is going to be fun. I'm glad.
Kind of like a sabbatical. We've been on sabbatical.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, an unpaid sabbatical. We went and found ourselves.
Yes.
So we're back now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're excited. We hope you're excited to go on this journey with us. And we'll be back soon with episode 62 of the Dental Realist Podcast. So we appreciate you joining us, and we will talk with you soon. Thanks.